So, good evening to the esteemed members of Team Research Foundation of India, distinguished schedule expert Dr. Kunal Soni sir, and our valued participants. It is my honor to welcome you all to the concluding day of the Faculty Development Program on Business Analytics and Business Intelligence. Over the past decades, sorry, over the past days, we have delved into a plethora of insightful topics, including the application of descriptive and inferential tools in business analytics, marketing analytics, HR analytics, and the basics of statistical tools for quantitative research using SPSS. Today, we culminate our journey with the final topic, analytics for finance. This collaborative initiative is organized by the Synergy Research Foundation of India, RFI-CARE, and BPIT, and it is generously sponsored by JHERF, ARGA, and Edu Academic Inc. Before we proceed, it is my privilege to introduce our esteemed guest speaker, Dr. Kunal Soni sir. He is an associate professor of finance and accounting at the School of Management, GSFC University, Vadodara. With a robust academic career spanning over a decade and an additional 3 years of industrial experience, he boasts an impressive array of qualifications, including a BBA, MBA in finance, PhD in management, and several specialist diplomas. His significant contribution to the field are evidenced by his 24 publications in esteemed journals such as Scopus, ABDC, UGC Care, and Web of Science. He is also a patent holder under the Intellectual Property Right Act 1970, recognized by the Government of India for his groundbreaking work on techno innovation and growth of the Indian share market. His academic prowess is further underscored by three Best Research Paper Awards at international conferences sponsored by UGC and AICTE. He has been honored as the Best Faculty of Management Department at Parul Institute of Management and has served as a sought after resource person and session chair at over 20 B schools, UGC, HRDCs, and research institutes across India. As an educator, he imparts knowledge through training sessions on analytical software such as SPSS, AMOS, Smart PLS, eViews, Advanced Excel, and R program. His commitment to continuous learning is reflected in his participation in over 20 faculty development programs organized by prestige institutions like IIM Ahmedabad and IIM Visakhapatnam. With 19 research papers presented at national and international conferences and 17 seminars and workshops conducted, he stands as a paragon of expertise and innovation in finance, accounting, and management. So now please join me in extending a warm and heartfelt welcome to the esteemed Dr. Kunal Soni sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Just confirm the screen sharing. Okay, yeah. So screen is visible.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. So so basically the theme for the faculty development program that we have, is basically the business analytical point of view. So by looking at the theme of the entire program, right, that has been designed, so it was basically focusing on all the arenas of analytics, right? Because we understand the importance of analytics in this today's generation, and we all are hunting for day and night to improve our analytical power, right? And it is essential that you cannot restrict your power up to one level, but you have to develop your skills and abilities into multidimensional manner. And that is how it is expected that we should have the expertise in all these genres, right? Like marketing, finance, and HR, right? So we have already gone through marketing and HR previously. Now, today the topic which is handing over to me, by the Research Foundation of India is analytics for finance, right? So we must need to understand what is the importance of the analytics of finance, and majorly and mainly whenever we are talking about any sort of research or analytical point of view, So this has mainly concern with the finance only, because finance required some brainstorming, and because the money has been involved, and we have to take our decision wisely, right? And because the right decision would leads to the right investment opportunities. So it is very essential that we make our choice in a right manner, and through which we can make the maximum profitability for our business. So that is why the importance of analytics in finance is very much essential, because finance is very crucial part, and we have to manage our money in a very efficient manner. So it is said that if you apply your right techniques in finance in the right manner, you can be able to generate a profitable deal for your business. And that is what we all are looking for, and we are working in a day and night for this particular aspect, right? So with that consideration, I'm starting my presentation. So what is the meaning of financial analytics? So it's a process of evaluating business projects or budgets, right? So this evaluation is going to happen at each and every place, each and every aspect, in terms of the business projects, budgets that we are preparing. Even budgets, if it talks about, then there are various kinds of budget: financial budget, cash budget. Many things are there, and the budget, the name itself is saying that we need to make a forecasting for the future. We are looking for the estimation for the future, राइट? सो बजट का मतलब ही वही होता है कि हमें फ्यूचर के लिए जो एक्टिविटीज करनी है उसका अप्रोप्रिएट प्लान आउट अभी से करें. सो फाइनेंस इज अ रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन द taking the base of past experience and past activity that has been done in the business, and with that consideration how we can make our future better with the application of the experience that we already have it in the past, right? So that is why, but to do this activities, thorough analysis, thorough observation for all such activities that we have generated out of the business activity, we have to provide it, right? If you are weak in terms of understanding the financial terminologies, pedagogy, and the particular way out of particular things, then you won't be able to do such kind of analytics, right? So that is how we have to take these things into consideration and other finance related transactions to determine their performance and suitability. So typically, if it talks in terms of financial analysis, is used to analyze whether any organization is going to be stable, solvent, or liquid, or profitable enough to make a monetary investment in a right manner, right? So basically, why we are looking so minutely for all the parameters of finance, because it is very crucial and essential, right? Because if we make these decisions, if we observe the parameter on a right time in a right manner, so it will make you more profitable and liquid decisions for your future aspect, because money is involved. And it has been said that where money is involved, you have to make a lot of brainstorming before moving on to the any decisions as a part of investment that you are going to take into market. And that's why, as I mentioned, the financial analyst needs to go through the thorough analysis, thorough examination of the financial statements, right? And if I'm saying this financial statements, then I must mention the few financial statements through which the investors can analyze the financial position of the company. That is the income statements in terms of various kinds of activities that they are doing in terms of income and expenses. Balance sheet, that is the financial position reflections of the organization. Cash flow statement, that comprises inflow and outflow from the operating, investing activities, financial activities that every organization has to do for the future and the past activities that they have done it. And that is financial analysis can be conducted in both corporate finance and investment finance settings, right? So, in a nutshell, if I have to conclude that financial analytics can be applicable in each and every parameter, whether we talks about the corporate finance or investment finance setting, because it is one of the important parameter and it is one of the important criteria that we need to take into consideration. So, corporate financial analysis, if I have to talk about, then it is conducted by the internal management. I hope you all are aware about the branches of accounting, right? So that is what we need to understand. There are three branches of accounting. If I have to conclude that these branches is very important nowadays, many universities and institute have started analytical course by combining with the normal degrees, right? Let's suppose I am a faculty of management, so many a times earlier we had this specialization of marketing, finance, and HR, but nowadays one more important things which has been taken place into the market, that is the business analytics, right? So now the many courses has been started like BB analytics, BCom analytics, MB analytics, right? But when I was talking about the branches of accounting, right, so branches of accounting has been bifurcated into three aspects. One is financial accounting, another one is cost accounting, and another one is management accounting, right? So this is financial accounting, which is based on the past activity that we have done it, where no brainstorming is required. It is a work of accountant and chartered accountant. So cost accounting is basically day to day noting down the total costing that is happening. And once, so this meant this is for the present. Whatever present activity is going on in terms of costing, we need to note down in cost accounting. And once this is going to happen, we need to make a final reports of balance sheet and P&L. This is based on past, whatever activity we have done throughout the financial year, we need to put this into consideration. And with that help of these two things, let's suppose we have financial account and we have the balance sheet, right? And P&L account. So now if business needs to understand the performance of the overall organization, so what management accounting will do? They will do the comparative financial statement analysis, or they might go for ratio analysis, right? They might go for ratio analysis. But to go for comparative financial analysis and ratio analysis, they need to take the help of this financial statements, that is balance sheet and P&L. Right. So this is comparative financial analysis and this is ratio analysis. Even ratio analysis are also based on the financial accounting reports that we have generated, because ratios are either based on P&L account, balance sheet, or a hybrid mode. So hybrid means the combination of both the things. That is, few parameters are based on balance sheet and few parameters are based on P&L account, right? So this is going to be on hybrid mode. So this is how the corporate financial analysis is going to happen. And basically, there are certain tools and techniques which are available to do this kind of things. Like if I have to make an investment into some big projects, so there is one tools for corporate financial analysis is capital budgeting techniques, right? Capital budgeting techniques. So under that, these few techniques are there, NPV and IRR, which help you to identify. Let's suppose I have project A and project B, which costing around 1 crore rupees to make an investment for my business. So obviously the amount of 1 crore is not too too short amount. So before making the investment decisions into the market, we need to give some brainstorming and proper analysis of the if and buts, if we are accepting this particular projects, and what would be the results that we will receive after the implementation. So that is what is required to have the proper understanding and proper analysis that we have to do it, right? So capital budgeting, if we have 1 crore, so project A and project B, now we have to see to it which project is going to be more beneficial. कौन सा project है जो सबसे ज्यादा beneficial होगा, ठीक है? So the project which is going to be beneficial, we have to accept it, and the project which is not going to be beneficial, we have to reject it, right? So this is called proper evaluations of the investment opportunities into the market, and based on the opportunities that we have identified, we have to take a proper call whether we have to go for it or we have to remove this opportunity. So this is how the corporate financial techniques is there, and that is how you can perform it. So if I talk about the present value, so present value is one of the capital budgeting techniques in terms of time value of money. So let's suppose present value is what? So let's suppose if I am planning to have, so if I'm planning to have, my son's marriage in the future, let's say I need 25 lakh rupees at the, after 10 years or 15 years down the line to complete my son's marriage. So what amount of investment I need to invest today, right, to meet those 25 lakh rupees of requirement, with the consideration of time factor and the discount rate, that is the inflation rate, because we also have to take into consideration the inflation rate, because it is very essential to consider those parameters, because we cannot say that there is a gross value and there is a net value of the money that we are earning. Today I have earned 100 rupees. So these 100 rupees will not remain 100 rupees after 10 years of period of time. It get devaluated with the consideration of inflation rate prevailing into the market. So if this inflation rate is 8%, that is nothing but the discount rate that you can see on the screen, right? So the 100 rupees which I have today will going to be 92 after 1 years. So depreciation happens on, or you can say devaluation of money due to the inflation rate. So it is very essential to have the proper investment opportunity into the market to save yourself from this difference of inflation, right? So even so, this is how we have to see to it. And there are various parameters of net present value. You can see this. This is rate, that is interest rate, right? This is NPR, that is N number of years. PMT means the amount that you are making investment, right? FE is future value and type is optional, whether you are making such investment in the beginning of the period, that could be denoted by 1, and if you are making this investment at the end of the year, that could be denoted by 0. So let's start with this, right? How to get the present value factor? Let me show you. So this is one of the example, right? That is PMT. So here we are trying to find out present value, right? I have mentioned PV. So this represent present value, right? So this represent present value. It is a short form of present value, right? So whenever you need to find out the present value, right? So there is a formula. So present value formula is working like this. You can see on the screen, right? That is equal to PV if I'll type into Excel sheet. So it will have the rate. Then I have to select NPER. Rate means this is a rate of inflation. NPER means the amount of investment which I'm making, 1000 rupees, right? And sorry, NPR means the number of year for which we are taking these things into consideration. PMT means the amount of investment that I'm making over here. And same way, if you have a present value, same way you can find out the future value. So future value means if I'm investing this much amount of rupees today, what will be the amount that I will receive in the future? So future value in a nutshell, in a layman language, if I have to make you understand, then you all are making investment into the banks and other financial institutions. So let's take an example कि आपने बैंक में एक एफडी करवाया है, उस एफडी के ऊपर आपको 5% 10% जो भी रिटर्न्स मिलता है 5 साल के लिए 10 साल के लिए, तो एफडी के ऊपर आपने इन्वेस्ट किया है वो भी छप के आता है और आपको जो 5 साल बाद जो अमाउंट मिलने वाला है with the consideration of interest rate that is going to be provided by the fixed deposit. So जो मिलने वाला maturity amount है इसको बोला जाता है future value. If I'll invest today, then what I will receive in the future with the consideration of time factor and the investment interest rate which I have going to receive, right? So how to calculate this? Let me show you. Is equal to PV, that is the present value factor. Then you have to apply the rate. So rate is over here is 5%. Then NPER, that sorry, rate is 0.08. Rate is 0.08. And NPR means number of years for which you make a consideration. So this is 5. And PMT stands for 1000 rupees of investment that we are making it. Clear? Fine. So this is 0, right? And we will close it down. So this comes to 3992.71. So which I am saying this, the present value which I need to make an investment today is 3992 if I want to receive 1000 rupees after every 5 years. So if I need to receive 1000 rupees of each interval of 5 years, like अगर मैं आज 2024 में हूँ, 2025, 26, 27, 28, 29 को मुझे हर साल 1,000 रुपए का इंस्टॉलमेंट लेना है, तो आज मुझे 3,992 रुपए इन्वेस्ट करना पड़ेगा. This is just like pension policy that you are taking, right? Many a time you have come to know from many insurance companies कि सर आप इतना इन्वेस्टमेंट करेंगे आज, मान लो कि 10 लाख रुपए आज इन्वेस्ट करेंगे तो 5 साल बाद या 10 साल बाद आपको हर साल 2-2 लाख रुपए का पेंशन आएगा. सो दिस इज नथिंग बट पेंशन, बट दिस इज अ प्रेजेंट वैल्यू फैक्टर कि आज आप इतना इन्वेस्ट करोगे तो विद द कंसिडरेशन ऑफ द इंटरेस्ट रेट दैट दिस इंश्योरेंस कंपनी इज प्लानिंग टू प्रोवाइड यू, व्हाट अमाउंट दे कैन बी एबल टू डिलीवर. और वहीं से कस्टमर कंपेयर करता है कि किसका कितना प्रीमियम आता है, बिकॉज कंपनी नीड्स टू bear the costing, right? So this is called the what you can say, it is called pension scheme. So pension schemes always runs on present value. आज आपको कितना इन्वेस्ट करना पड़ेगा so that फ्यूचर में आपको इतना मिल सके, ठीक है? सो प्रेजेंट वैल्यू इज 3992. तो आज आपको इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी 3,992 की बाई करनी पड़ेगी, तब जाके आपको हर साल 5 साल तक हजार रुपए का पेंशन आएगा, ठीक है? एंड द सेम वे अगर मुझे फ्यूचर आज मैं कितना इन्वेस्ट करूंगा तो फ्यूचर में मुझे कितना मिलेगा, दैट इज कॉल्ड प्रेजेंट वैल्यू. इसका मतलब फ्यूचर वैल्यू कि अगर मैं आज 1,000 रुपए इन्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ 5 साल तक, तो 5 साल के अंत में मेरा 8% के हिसाब से मेरा कितना कॉर्पस बनता है, कितना फंड बनता है, जस्ट लाइक एन एफडी. अगर मैं रिकॉर्डिंग डिपॉजिट में जा रहा हूँ तो हर साल मैं 1,000 रुपए इसमें इन्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ, तो 5 साल के बाद वो कितना होगा. दिस इज कॉल्ड रिकरिंग, राइट? So let's see to it. Future value. So rate is 8%. Then NPER, right, is 5% for 5 years I'm talking about. And PMT, that is the amount of investment that I'm planning to make, right? And then after it is 0 and bracket is closed. So you can see this 5,866 rupees I will receive at the end of the 5 years if I'm going to make an investment. I hope it is clear, everyone. Any doubt till now? If you have it, please ask me. किसी को कोई doubt? कुछ समझ में नहीं आया हो? Everyone understood? Please confirm in chat box or you can unmute yourself and let me know. Clear to everyone? Just show the thumb impression also so that I'll come to know. Okay, chaliye. Anyways, fine. So this is how the capital this is how the capital budgeting is working, right? Then after NPV, that is net present value. So what does this net present value means? So NPV and IRR is the discounting techniques that we have to see. So what is NPV? Net present value. So net present value basically क्या करता है? आपको मान लो कि एक इन्वेस्टमेंट है जिसमें आपका 10 लाख रुपए का इनिशियल इन्वेस्टमेंट जा रहा है और आप प्रोजेक्शन कर रहे हो कि 3 साल या 5 साल उसकी जो लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी है प्रोजेक्ट की, तो उसमें आपको मान लो कि पहले साल 3 लाख रुपए मिलेंगे, दूसरे साल 2 लाख मिलेंगे, तीसरे साल 4 लाख मिलेंगे, चौथे साल 4 लाख मिलेगा, पांचवें साल 3 लाख रुपए मिलेगा. तो दिस इज अ प्रोजेक्शन ऑफ अर्निंग्स दैट यू हैव इट. दैट इज कॉल्ड कैश इनफ्लो. That is called cash inflow, and this is called cash outflow. So with the consideration of inflow and outflow, can I make a roughly estimation that inflow is 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 4 9, 9 plus 4 13, 13 plus 3 16, 16 lakh. So inflow minus outflow. So it is assumed that if your inflow is greater than, then your project is profitable. But do you think that हर साल जो मुझे ये पैसे मिल रहा है, पहले साल 3 लाख, दूसरे साल 2 लाख, ठीक है, ये सारे रुपए की वैल्यू हर साल सेम रहेगी? बिकॉज इन्फ्लेशन इज ऑल्सो गोइंग टू अफेक्ट. So we need to take into consideration inflation rate, that is discount rate. So we need to revise this value with the inflation rate, and then we need to find out that whatever outflow that we have made is less than our inflow or it is greater than inflow. अगर ये inflow discount rate application करने के बाद नीचे चला जाता है तो NPV माइनस होता है. तो NPV माइनस होने का मतलब ये होता है कि ये प्रोजेक्ट आपके लिए प्रॉफिटेबल नहीं है. और अगर आपका NPV positive hota hai, so we can conclude that this project is going to be positive. Let me show you these things through the demonstration of Excel file. Okay, so this is very important from financial point of view. You can see this particular things over here on the screen. So यहाँ पे आपको दिख रहा है 1,000 रुपए माइनस किया हुआ है, that is cash outflow. You have it. ठीक है. फिर ये हर साल, let's suppose this is year 0. Right? Can I consider this as a year 0? This is year zero, means in the beginning of the project we have, or beginning of the financial year of the project we have made this. Then this is at the first year we have received 300 rupees of revenue from this particular investment. In the second year we have received 400. Third year we have received 500, and fourth year we have received 600. So this is an inflow that we have generated with an investment in this particular project of 1000 rupees. So this is an estimation of the cash inflow out of the cash outflow that we have made it. So this is an NPV formula. So NPV formula also takes into consideration this discount rate. So this is called discount rate, right? This is called discount rate. That is nothing but the inflation rate that we have to take into consideration, right? This is considered to be an inflation rate for us, right? So this is 1%. This is 10%. 0.1 means 10%, right? So this is what we required when we want to apply an NPV. So you just type the formula of NPV. So the Excel will show you this NPV formula. So you can see this. Whenever you apply the formula, the bracket will open, and the things that Excel is asking in the formula, which will be highlighted with the bold mark. So firstly, they are asking the rate, discount rate. So this is a discount rate we have taken 0.1, that is 10%. So just click it, and then after we need to give the values. So we have only one values. This is from 1000 to 600 rupees, right? So 1000 to 600 rupees. So this is a value which we have it. Just close the bracket. So what we have done it, to calculate the NPV, we have to consider all the values and discount rates. And if you click OK, you can see this 353.43, which comes positive. This is a positive result of NPV. So if NPV comes positive, we conclude that this project is going to accept. This project is going to accept, and there is no chances of rejection, right? Because project shows the positive results to invest or to make an investment into this particular aspect, right? तो ये दर्शाता है कि अगर आप किसी प्रोजेक्ट्स में जाते हो और मार्केट में अगर 10% का इन्फ्लेशन चल रहा है, ठीक है, तो ये प्रोजेक्ट आपको इन अ नटशेल आउट ऑफ द 4 years, आउट ऑफ द 4 years, दैट इज द लाइफ यू हैव एक्सपेक्टेड फॉर दिस. जैसे हम आते हैं ना, हम कोई चीज लाते हैं तो उसको वारंटी होती है, तो हर चीज की वारंटी कंपनी भी बताती है, बिकॉज ऐसा नहीं है कि कंपनी एक चीज एक बार बेच देती है कस्टमर को और उसकी आपको लाइफ टाइम वारंटी दे, राइट? अदरवाइज इट विल नॉट बी अ प्रॉफिटेबल फॉर देम. जो हर एक चीज की अपनी एक लाइफ होती है, राइट? सो वी हैव टू रिस्ट्रिक्ट अवर सेल्फ अप टू द लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी. तो यहाँ पे हमने इस प्रोजेक्ट की लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी कंसिडर किया था 4 साल, और जिसमें पहले साल हमने इन्वेस्टमेंट किया था 1000 रुपए का, और 4 साल में हमें अलग अलग करके प्रॉफिट हुआ 300 रुपए, 400, 500 और 600. उसको हमने 10% डिस्काउंट रेट से इन्फ्लेट किया कि 10% अगर मार्केट में इन्फ्लेशन रेट चल रहा है, तो वैसे तो अगर मैं देखने जाऊं तो ये 300 आया है, तो इसका टोटल हो रहा है 1800 रुपए. कैन यू सी दिस टोटल? वैसे तो 800 रुपए पॉजिटिव आता है, बट 800 का 353 क्यों हो गया? अगर मैं सारे इनफ्लो का टोटल करूं फ्रॉम ईयर 1 to 4, सो दिस कम्स 1800. तो एक्चुअली देखने जाए डिफरेंस 1000 और 1800 में, तो 800 रुपए का पॉजिटिव आता है अगर मैं ग्रॉस इनफ्लो की बात करूं तो. बट दिस इज कंसिडर, दिस टेक्स इनटू कंसिडरेशन, एनपीवी is taking consideration net inflow with the consideration of inflation rate and deduction of cash outflow. तो 800 रुपए का जो एक्चुअल मॉनेटरी वैल्यू है वो 353 होके आ गया, बिकॉज इन्फ्लेशन इज प्रिवेलिंग इनटू द मार्केट. आई होप थिंग्स इज क्लियर. समझ में आया? एनी डाउट सो फार सो नाउ? इफ यू डोंट अंडरस्टैंड एनीथिंग, सो लेट मी नो. क्लियर है सबको? ओके, थैंक यू. ओके, देन IRR, right? Again, if you want to go for IRR, nothing to do, right? You just select the inflow and outflow. The IRR will give you the percentage where your inflow and outflow is going to be same. Means IRR is a point, IRR is a point, right? Is a point where NPV where NPV of the project is going to 0. The NPV of the project is going to 0. Right. So IRR is a point where your NPV is going to be 0. मतलब अगर आप 25% का इन्फ्लेशन मान के चलते हो तब जाके ये प्रोजेक्ट जीरो प्रॉफिट पे आएगा. मतलब इसका मतलब ये है कि आईआरआर ये दर्शाता है कि अगर आईआरआर 25% आया है तो इसका मतलब ये होता है कि आईआरआर 25% आया है तब तक आपका प्रॉफिट लॉस नहीं दिखा, तब तक आपका प्रोजेक्ट लॉस में नहीं जाता. बट अगर आपका ये प्रोजेक्ट इन्फ्लेशन रेट को 25% से ऊपर जाता है मार्केट में तो आप ये प्रोजेक्ट को एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर सकते. इसका मतलब ये है कि आप इस प्रोजेक्ट को कोई भी परसेंटेज पे एक्सेप्ट कर सकते हो विद द कंसिडरेशन दैट इट शुड बी लेस देन आईआरआर. अगर वो आईआरआर से ऊपर जाता है तो ये प्रोजेक्ट लॉस मेकिंग होगा. Let's see to it how the IRR generated. So just click on IRR is equal to IRR. So the bracket will get open and you just select this values and close the bracket. You'll have this 25%. So इसका मतलब ये है कि IRR ये दर्शाता है this is equilibrium point where no profit no loss will going to arise. अगर आप उससे ऊपर जाते हो तो आप लॉस में जाओगे और अगर आप इससे नीचे जाते हो तो डेफिनेटली प्रॉफिट में रहोगे. और उसका कैलकुलेशन हमने दिया भी है. तो हमने एनपीवी देखो आईआरआर हमारा 25% आया है और हमने एनपीवी को 10% पे किया तो हमें दिखा कि भाई 353 रुपए का प्रॉफिट आ रहा है. राइट. दिस इज कॉल्ड the scientific method or you can say discounting methods to evaluate your projects. Clear? Okay, so this is how we have to go for it, NPV and IRR. So it is almost over. Fine. So next we will go for the rest of the aspect. Future value we have also done. I'll not go into this. Okay, now we have to see the descriptive statistics. तो डिस्क्रिप्टिव स्टैटिस्टिक्स का मतलब ये होता है कि इट डिस्क्राइब द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ द डेटा व्हिच वी हैव टेकन, राइट. एंड इट इज वेरी एसेंशियल टू सी द डेटा इन टर्म्स ऑफ द मीन एंड स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन इन फाइनेंशियल टर्मिनोलॉजी. बिकॉज फाइनेंस में ऐसा बोला जाता है कि मीन को मतलब होता है द एवरेज रिटर्न दैट पर्टिकुलर बिजनेस और थिंग्स हैज जनरेटेड. एंड एट द सेम टाइम स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन इज अ मेजर्स ऑफ रिस्क. मतलब ऐसा होता है कि भाई स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन का वैल्यू जितना आपका हाई होता है उस उतना ही रिस्क फैक्टर ज्यादा होता है. दैट इज द कंसिडरेशन फॉर द स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन इन फाइनेंशियल एनालिटिक्स. तो अगर इफ आई एम लुकिंग फॉर सम स्क्रिप्ट फॉर द स्टॉक मार्केट इन्वेस्टमेंट, so if I am a smart investor and knowing the terminologies of the various stock market, so I'll always look forward for the standard deviation and mean value. भले ही मेरा मीन वैल्यू ज्यादा है बट अगर उसके सामने स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन भी ज्यादा है तो ये इंडिकेट करती है कि आपका जो स्टॉक है वो बहुत ही डेविएटेड है, राइट. इट इज वेरी डेंजरस टू मेक एन इन्वेस्टमेंट. पर इसका मतलब ये भी होता है कि अगर स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन हाई और मीन भी हाई है तो चांसेस भी होता है कि भाई प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी ज्यादा भी हो सकती है एंड वाइस वर्सा वो उल्टा भी पड़ सकता है. सो इफ यू आर अ रिस्क टेकर investor, you always go for those script which have the high mean value and high standard deviation. But if you are a risk averse investment, you should not go into this script. So person to person and the way the person wants to invest, it is going to differ. But the main aspect is you should know how to go for it. Okay. So let's see how to generate descriptive statistics. So I request all of you to open your Excel file. And in Excel file, what you need to do is जब भी डेटा एनालिसिस करना होता है तो दिस इज स्टैटिस्टिकल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. सो एक्सेल के अंदर यू हैव टू गो इनटू डेटा एंड दिस ऑप्शन यू नीड टू जनरेट दैट इज कॉल्ड डेटा एनालिसिस. बट इफ यू कैन सी दिस, अगर आपके एक्सेल फाइल में ये है so that is okay. If it is not there, then you have to make it active. So to make an active, what you need to do is you need to go into file, right, and in that you have to go into more option. तो आप more में जाइए एंड मोर में जाके आप ऑप्शन में चले जाइए, राइट. सो इफ यू गो इनटू ऑप्शन, दिस काइंड ऑफ विंडो विल कम अप. इन दैट केस यू हैव टू गो इनटू add-ins, right. You need to go into add-ins, right, and in add-ins you need to click on this two packages, analytical tool pack VBA, analytics analysis tool pack VBA, right? And here also you have to add Excel add-ins. You have to go into Excel add-ins, right? And in that case, you have to go into Go. I'll repeat again. I'll repeat the process again so that you'll have the more clarity. फाइल में जाइए, फाइल में जाके मोर में जाइए, उसमें ऑप्शन में चले जाइए, ऑप्शन में चले जाएंगे, फिर आपको जाना है एड-इन्स में, एड-इन्स में आप इसको क्लिक करके रखिए एनालिसिस टूल पैक VBA, और यहाँ पे जाके आपको नीचे दिख रहा है मैनेज, तो वहां पे आप जाइएगा मैनेज में और इसमें आप गो करिए। तो यहाँ पे मेक श्योर करिएगा कि एनालिसिस टूल पैक एंड एनालिसिस टूल पैक VBA is going to be added, right? Even I am also working on eViews add-ins, so I have also marked eViews add-ins in activated point, because eViews is a software for finance analytics, so I am also using it, so it is also active. But as of now, for your session, you have to analyze through analysis toolpack and analysis toolpack VBA and click OK. So if you do it and you go into data, and you can see this, the data analytics option is going to be activated. Clear? So far, so now, any doubt? Anyone don't understand? Anywhere you find stuck up, you can ask me. Clear? Shall we go ahead? You can unmute yourself and you can answer if it is possible. So I came to know you have understood or not. Clear to all of you? Okay, chaliye. We will go on the thumbs up way also. Fine, chaliye. Okay. So you have this main data. Now let's see. I want to check the impact of changes in gold and silver price, right? I want to see the impact of gold and silver price changes on the GDP, right? So what I need to do is, as of now, for descriptive, no impact is required. Actually, so we'll go to data and analysis. So data and data analysis, we want to run descriptive statistics. So go to data analysis, and in data analysis, you just click on this descriptive statistics, right? You just click on descriptive statistics and click OK. And here you can see this. They are asking the input range. That is the data that you want to analyze. ठीक है, आप कौन से डेटा को एनालिसिस करना चाहते हो? So you just click on OK, and here you can select from the headings also. You always select the data from their respective heads. So you know the results that you will generate, and just click on Control Shift and Down key. Right. So I have taken this three variable from column number C to E. C stands for gold, D stands for silver, and E stands for GDP. And you just include the labels in the first row. Label in first row, confidence level of interval if it is required. If you want the largest and smallest value out of this observation, so just activate with the click. So blue text is going to appear, whatever option you want to activate it. लेबल्स इन फर्स्ट रो का मतलब ये होता है कि आपने जो डेटा की सीरीज का जो रेंज आपने इंक्लूड किया है फ्रॉम C1 to E74, you also would like to consider the headings of the data. So here we have taken from C1, that also consists heading. So जब भी आप डेटा को हेडिंग से कंसिडरेशन में लेते हो तो हमेशा ये ऑप्शन एक्टिव होना जरूरी है. That shows the label of data. Clear? And just click on OK. So you have the results. Oh, sorry. Actually, we have to take many other parameters also. We forgot. Okay, I'll just activate it. Right. Then so this is what it should be. Right. So yeah. Okay. Done. Yes. Summary statistics we forgot to click, because majority of the statistical point of view will be covered under this. So just I forgot to click on the summary statistics. So again, place OK. And now you can see this. This is the ultimate result. I am removing this part. Okay, so this is the results we have received for all the three series: gold, silver, and GDP. Now you can make a comparison of this particular results in a scientific way and the comparative manner also, right? So this is a mean value for gold, silver, and this is for GDP. Clear? So standard error किसका high है? This series is quite dangerous, right? मतलब अगर आप सिल्वर में इन्वेस्ट करते हो with the observation or historical data of this period, so this silver shows that आप देखो मीन भी हाई जा रहा है और स्टैंडर्ड एरर भी हाई जा रहा है. That means silver is very clumsy for investment. At the same time, it is more profitable also if it is going in a right manner. इसलिए देखो स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन कितना हाई है और वेरिएंस देखो इसका, it is in 6 digits, right? And kurtosis is in minus sign. Skewness is very high on the right hand side, that is in positive side. And you see the range. You might aware about the formula of range. If I'll do minimum minus maximum, so maximum में से minus minimum को minus करूंगा, so I'll get the range. So you can see this, it is the range which is showing to us, right? So if I'll do it, let me show you. अगर मैं मिनिमम में से मैक्सिमम में से मिनिमम को माइनस करता हूं, सो आई विल गेट अ रेंज ऑफ द डेटा, राइट? सो रेंज बताता है कि आपका डेटा का रेंज कहां से वेरी किया है, मतलब 408 से शुरू हुआ था मिनिमम एंड इट वेंट अप टू 2233.75. सो वेरिएशन का रेंज कितना है? सो वेरिएशन का रेंज है 1825 पॉइंट, राइट? सो दिस इज द वेरिएशन व्हिच आई हैव शोन. सो दैट इज अ रिफ्लेक्शन इन स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन आल्सो. स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन देखो कितना हाई जा रहा है. That shows the high deviation in the series, right? This is how you have to interpret. This is the sum of the entire series. Total number of observation we have taken for silver and gold and everywhere, this is 73. That is the number of observation. The largest value among all the 73 observation we have noticed, it is 2233. And you can see this is maximum value also. So maximum silver price 2233.75 तक गया है. That is what is showing over here. And minimum gaya hai 408. So it's okay if you are not getting the large and small value, because you are already receiving minimum and maximum value, and both are going to be same. Clear hai? Okay. So this is descriptive statistics. Now if you want to see the correlation among this series, so correlation shows that how this series are correlated, how these series are correlated with each other, right? How these series are going to be correlated with each other. Clear? This is called correlation, right? So there is a various measurement of correlation, right? But mainly correlation you will always find range between, the range of correlation between 0 to 1, right? So if any correlation is greater than 0.5, this is called moderate positive correlation. But if any range which is find greater than 0.7, this is called high positive correlation, right? This is called high positive correlation, right? So this is how you can do it. Let's see how it works in Excel. So just go to data analysis, data and data analysis. Just apply the correlation over here and go to OK. Just add the range of the series. So we want to study this 3 series, gold, silver and GDP, that is column number C, D and E. And if you want to select all the observation till the last observation, just click Control, Shift and down key. Control, Shift and down key. Control, Shift and down key. I don't know, it was get hanged. Just a minute. Control, Shift and down key. Yeah. I don't know why it is not working. Okay, no issue. Okay, so this is selected. Then label in first row, that shows the title of the variable that we are injecting. And here is the option कि आपको आउटपुट कहाँ चाहिए. आपको आउटपुट इसी शीट के अंदर कोई पर्टिकुलर रेंज में चाहिए, कॉलम में चाहिए, रोज में चाहिए, या आपको इसी फाइल के अंदर नई शीट बनानी है, दैट इज इन न्यू वर्कशीट. और न्यू वर्कबुक का मतलब ये होता है कि कंप्लीटली नई एक्सेल फाइल बनेगी, उसके अंदर चाहिए. तो ऑब्वियसली वी डोंट वांट टू क्रिएट न्यू एक्सेल फाइल, we want the results also in this file only, but that should be in new worksheet, right? So let's click on the second option as it is, that is the ideal option. Click on OK and you can see this is the results we have generated, right? So this is the actual results we have received. as far as the correlation is concerned. So here you have the results and you can interpret. You can see this. What is the relation between gold to silver? It is 0.78. That is 78%. Right? They are correlated with each other 78%. Matlab, either there is a change in gold price affects silver 78% or silver affect gold price 78%. Which one is affecting to one what we don't receive from the correlation? If you want to find out this particular relation, you need to go for the extra version of the test. That is what I can say, that is a cause and effect relation. That is the regression analysis. We have to do it. If at all I need to understand the relationship between gold and GDP, so this comes out 72%. And most importantly, we have also noticed that silver was showing significant relation with the GDP. So that shows 86.27%. So the silver is highly affected with the GDP, or GDP is highly affected with silver. So obviously, when we are going for the further analysis in terms of regression, so correlation shows that in comparison to the gold, silver has high correlation with the GDP. So if we want to check the impact of price movement in gold and silver on GDP, so obviously the chances of the silver price on having the impact on GDP is going to be high, because the result itself is reflecting that it is showing a high correlation, right? And whenever you have the high correlation, the series is great chance to have the affordability, and having the relation in terms of cause and effect is going to be very high. So this is going to be correlation analysis. Okay, then after we can see the regression as well. So I think it will be the last test for today. So regression, let's see. So data analysis, we want to check the impact of gold and silver price on the GDP, right? So let's see the regression. Okay. So this is regression. Click OK. So input Y. So Y stands for dependent variable. Dependent means on which series you want to check the impact. So I want to check the impact on GDP. So GDP is going to be dependent variable for me. X means independent variable, that is gold and silver price movement. So just click it and select it. And here I want the labels confidence interval. And most importantly, right, residual plots if it you required, normality plots, sab kuch le lo, nothing is less, right? So just click OK. So this is the results which we have received. This is regression. Mainly what you need to say to it in this results. This is three best tables which we have to refer. Okay. So this is the table which we have to refer. And out of this table, first of all, let me convert this into values. So it will show me the p values. Okay. So now you can see this. Out of this, we have a less time, but anyways, we have to see this adjusted R square. So adjusted R square says that the impact of gold and silver on GDP is 74%. 74% impact have been noted, understanding with the error terms. Then after you need to see the p-value of ANOVA table. And this ANOVA table says that it is less than 0.05. So obviously your model is going to be fit. And अगर यहाँ पे ANOVA value अगर यहाँ पे greater than 0.05 आता, तो मैं ये नीचे वाले टेबल को स्टडी करने नहीं जाता, बिकॉज आपका मॉडल फिट हो ही नहीं रहा है. तो यहाँ पे ऑब्वियसली मुझे सिग्निफिकेंस मिलने के चांसेस बहुत कम थे. But आपका ANOVA significant है, so it is necessary to go into the coefficient table. So here is an intercept. So intercept is significant, right? Intercept is significant, but you just see to it, gold is insignificant because p value is greater than 0.05, means gold का इतना impact GDP पे नहीं जा रहा है. But if I noticed, then silver is having a p value that is 0.05, which means the significance value of silver is going to be less than the significant level. So that proves that when we were doing the study to check the impact of gold and silver price on the GDP, so it has been noted that the gold was proven insignificant as far as the impact is concerned on GDP, but silver has proven the significant impact on the GDP of the country, right? And if I write this equation like this, so I can write this equation over here. So I can write y is equal to alpha, that is intercept, or you can directly write intercept, plus b1, that is beta, slope x1, plus b2 x2. So x1 stands for, so let me clarify more on this. Again, I will clarify. So y stands for what? What is y stands for? Dependent variable. For us, the dependent variable is GDP. We want to check the impact of gold and silver price on GDP. So x1 stands for, what is x1? So x1 stands for us is gold price, and x2 stands for silver price. Right, and here we have noted this. This is the value of intercept. This is the value of intercept. So if you want to write this again, so so this is the value of intercept. So the value of intercept coming is 303 point something. Yeah. So this is the value of intercept. I'll just take this 2 decimal value. So this is 302.9. And we have noted that gold is insignificant. So I will remove it from the regression line. And you can see this B2, that is silver line intercept. So silver line intercept is coming 0.27. So this is 0.27. And this is called your regression line. So here you can see this, your regression equation is ready. This is your regression equation. Is it clear? This is how you can run the regression. Because we have removed gold, because gold was having this value, which was insignificant, 0.19. Means gold is not having the impact on GDP, but silver is having impact on GDP. So with that, I am concluding my session. So the stage is open for question answer. If you have any query, anything to share, anything to understand, so you can ask me. Anything you don't understand, if you want to ask again, so please ask me. I'm ready to answer.
Yes, participants, the platform is open now. If you have any queries, please go ahead.
Completely okay? Okay, I think there is no query. So over to you, Madam. Neha, Madam.
Yes, sir. So it's time to conclude this remarkable 5 days faculty development program on business analytics and business intelligence. But before that, I wish to express my deepest gratitude to all our enthusiastic participants. Your active engagement and contributions have been truly invaluable. My sincere thanks goes out to our distinguished session expert, Dr. Agrawal sir, Dr. Chansala Jain ma'am, Dr. Ankita ma'am, Dr. Chabra sir, and today's expert, Dr. Kunal Soni sir, for their invaluable time and the wealth of knowledge they have shared with us. I extend a heartfelt appreciation to the organizing committee and our sponsors, whose unwavering support has been instrumental in the success of each program. With profound appreciation for everyone's dedication and involvement, we officially conclude this session. We look forward to welcoming you all again in future sessions where we will explore even more intellectually stimulating topics. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you all for giving me the opportunity. Thank you, Research Foundation of India, Aday Jain sir, Neha Madam specially for coordinating this today. And thank you all participants for patient listening. Have a good day. Thank you.
And